Hi everybody, welcome back to another bite-size yoga with Adele video. And what I'm going to be teaching this morning is a short video on hip mobility. So we're just going to do a few gentle exercises, nothing strenuous, just to work into the hip joint. So if you do have problems with the hips, particularly common because of all the sitting that we do in our culture. So we sit down a lot, and as you can imagine, if you imagine the hip flexor here, every time you contract this area, you are shortening all the muscles, and very often we don't stretch and extend those muscles, so they become tight. And this can actually also lead to problems in the back as well. So if this area is overly contracted, it can strain the back. So releasing the hips is a really good thing to do. So we're going to start off nice and easy on our backs. So if you want to just come to lie down, and then just going to draw the left knee into your chest, interlock the fingers on top of the shin and slide the right leg away if that is comfortable for you. If it isn't, then feel free to keep that right knee bent, foot flat, no problem. Okay, so sliding the leg away if that feels okay, and then just going to draw the knee towards my chest, pressing gently onto the shin bone there, try and avoid the kneecap. So squeeze and release. You can do this with your breath. Exhale as you squeeze. Inhale as you release, and just start to feel into that hip. So you can feel the hip as I squeeze, a little bit of contraction in that hip flexor, and then really enjoy that release. So think about relaxing around the hip area as you release. One more, squeeze and release. Good. Now we're going to take that to a little bit of a diamond shape. So as you squeeze the knee towards the chest, as you did before, imagine a diamond shape, and the knee is at the bottom of the diamond shape. Now take the knee over to the left, to the side of the diamond, and away from you to the top of the diamond, across the midline, so it's to the right of the diamond and then into the chest. Now we're just going to repeat following that diamond shape. Feel into the hip whether the inward or outward rotation is more comfortable for you, and then start to smooth your diamond shape out. So you smooth off those corners and you take that into a nice circle shape, really working into that hip, and then go the other way. So first of all, start off with your diamond to the right of the diamond, away to the left, to the chest, and then after a couple of goes, just smooth off the corners so you start to move in a nice circular movement. Nice and safe movement for the hip. Really effective. Good. I'm going to test out how this feels in a minute. Good. Squeeze the knee to the chest, shin bone to the belly, and then release and relax. Slide that left leg away. Give the hip a little pat. Just shake out the legs for a moment. And take your arms to the side and just close your eyes and feel how the hips feel. Just notice left and right sides. Observe. Be aware of any sensations. Maybe the left hip feels a little bit lower to the ground than the right hip. Mine certainly does. Good. Now we're going to repeat that on the other side. So this time we'll squeeze the right knee into the chest. Remember, you've got the option to bend that left knee and place the foot flat on the ground if there's any problems in the lower back. Slide the left leg out if that's okay for you. Flexing the left foot so the foot's nice and active. And crawl the shoulder blades down away from the ears. So head and neck face nice and relaxed. And we'll begin squeezing the right knee into the chest. And letting the knee float away. Exhale a little bit of pressure with the hands as you draw the knee in. And then breathe in. Let the arms straighten, knee floats away. Two more. Last one. Now move into that diamond shape. So let's take the knee into the chest at the bottom of the diamond and then out to the right side of the diamond. Move the knee away to the top of the diamond, across the midline to the left and then into the chest. So following that diamond shape as clearly as you can. For me, this across the body movement feels more constricted, so that internal rotation is the one for me. I can feel a little bit of an issue there. So you notice for you, really taking your awareness into that hip joint. Now start to move in that circular movement as you smooth off the edges and see how smooth you can make your circles. So nice oval shape with the knee. Really feel that hip working. Good. Let's change direction and move back into our diamond. So across the midline to the left first. Let the knee float away. Over to the right. And back to the bottom of the diamond. Knee into chest. One more just like this. Across the midline. Move the knee away. To the right. To the chest. And then smooth it out. Nice and easy. How are we doing? It's a very simple movement but so effective. Really, really is. Especially if you do have a sitting job, driving or office work. Do these when you get home and release off the hips. Good. Make this your last one. Squeeze back into the chest. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And enjoy that release. Slide both legs away. Give them a shake. And give them a little pat. So just patting the hips here, getting all the blood flow to this area. Good, and then bring both knees into the chest. Squeeze them in. And then let them move away. Now we're going to take circles. So one hand on each knee. Move the knees away from each other. And into the chest. Good. Knees together, move them away. So we're making big circles with the hip joints. And together. One more. Away. Together. Reverse your circles. Knees into chest. Move the knees away. And back together. Squeeze into chest. Two more. Knees away. Big circles with the hips. Last one. Make it your best one. And then release the feet down. Good. Lovely. Feet come down. Big toes together. Let the knees move away from each other. So reclined butterfly here. Just take the hands on the belly. If this feels really uncomfortable in your hip joints, then what you can do is place a bit of support under the thighs. So if you've got a nice blanket, something nice and comfortable, or a cushion, pillow, just wedge that under the thigh there. And one under the other side as well, and just helps the hips to release down when they've got something to release onto rather than just hanging in midair. Sometimes if this feels uncomfortable, the muscles can clamp and tighten more because they are kind of like panicking really. The muscles panic and cling. So you want to relax here, you want to feel completely comfortable, just letting gravity do the work. Allowing the hips to soften. You can close your eyes here for a few deep breaths. Breathe into the belly underneath the hands. Just enjoy this restorative posture. Good. Using the hands, now take them under the thighs and draw the knees back together. Lovely. And then bend the knees into the chest again. Take one hand under each of the knees and interlace the fingers. I'm going to see if we can rock and roll up to seated. So chin to chest, look away from the video and roll up and down on the spine. I'm going to and rolling, have a little bit of fun with it until you come all the way up to seated. Don't worry if that doesn't happen for you. You can always roll onto one side and just bring yourself up to seated nice and easy. So now we're going to stretch out our right leg. So I'll do it to this side so that you can see. Stretch out the right leg, and we're going to draw the left leg in, and then you're going to just let that knee move over to the side. So you're on your outstretched right leg, I'm doing the opposite so that you can see. And then you're going to sit up nice and tall. Again, if this bent leg does not, your knee might not come down to the ground, and that's fine. What you'll do if your knee is floating up like this is just pop a cushion, a pillow underneath the outside of the thigh so you've got something to rest down on. Yeah? Then you want to sit up nice and tall. This is Janu Shirshasana. Draw the navel to the spine and keep that outstretched leg nice and flexed. The foot flexed. Then we'll lift up the arms and reach forward. So you want to reach with the chest. So you're trying to keep the back nice and straight to begin with, rather than going for this rounded shape, just trying to get the head close to the knee. Think about the chest moving towards the knee rather than the head. If your hands reach the foot, great. Grab hold of the outside of the foot. If they don't, no problem. You can just bring the hands down onto the outside of the outstretched leg. And your job again here is to just relax. So once you've found that stretch, maybe in the hamstring of the outstretched leg, maybe you can feel it in the hip, you just hang on in here for a few breaths. Relax the head now, so there's no forcing, no pulling with the hands. The arms stay nice and relaxed, head nice and relaxed, and just melt down towards the ground. One more breath here. Good, and then come up and stretch out the left leg now. And the right leg comes in towards the body, and then let that knee move to the side. Sole of the foot in contact with the inside of the thigh. And again, you're going to lift and lengthen through the spine and reach forward with the arms to reach to the foot if possible. If not, you can hold on to the shin or just let the hands come onto the ground, even the fingertips. Focus more on lengthening, lift the chin forwards, and then just relax here. How are we doing? A few more breaths here. So with these forward folds, just know that wherever you get to is okay. Wherever you get to is your practice for today. And just a little bit every day, just one of these little 10-15 minute videos every day will work wonders, I promise you. Keep your body nice and supple. One more breath. Exhale. And then slide the hands as you come back up. Good. Both legs outstretched. Just come to Dandasana for a moment. Staff pose. Hands resting by the sides of the body. Spine nice and tall. So this L shape with the body. Toes flexing towards the face. And then we're going to cross the legs. Grab hold of the feet and just bring them underneath and move yourself forwards onto all fours. And then step forwards with the right foot, coming into a low lunge, and wiggle the left knee back so that you are creating more of a stretch in this back hip flexor. Okay, and this might be enough. You can stay on the fingertips. So as I was saying at the start of this video, if you do sit down a lot and these hip flexor muscles are tight, this is going to be the one for you to release and stretch. So if this is enough, stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can come up to a little bit more of a high lunge. And then you can always also bring the arms up as well. So in your lunge, you can bring the arms up or keep them on the waist. But feel as if the hips are moving forwards and sinking down, so you can really feel that stretch. You can press into that front foot, use it as a little bit of a break. Good. Then place the hands down, replace the right foot with the left, step it forwards. Find your low lunge, maybe coming onto the fingertips, rocking backwards and forwards. You can also take circles here, you know, just in these movements, don't feel as if you have to stay in a certain pose. I'm just really a guide, and you can use this video as just a little bit of a framework for you to hop on your mat and do some yoga. And you can feel free to move and play around with these stretches. Your body knows what it needs. Good, if you want to, you can come up. So from this high right angle lunge shape, you can see with the legs here, bring the hips forward, sink them down and feel that stretch in the hip flexor. Again, arms can be up or on the waist, just as long as you can feel that nice stretch. That's what you're looking for. Couple more breaths, we're nearly done. And then bring the hands back down to frame the foot, step it back, and we're going to finish in a wide knee child's pose. So knees are going to come as wide as the yoga mat, big toes together, nice stretch for the hips, and walk the hands forward, slide the arms forwards, elbows come down, and bring the head down. Now here, if your head is nowhere near the mat, that's okay. You could first of all just let the head hang in the air until eventually it will come down, or you can place one hand on top of the other to make a little pillow, or why not use your blanket if you had a blanket before to place under the hips and bring your head down onto your blanket. So entirely up to you, but do use the props around you, especially in a home practice, to make this as comfortable as possible. So feel the stretch in the hips now and just relax here. This is the last pose of the video. One more deep breath. Good. And then wherever you are, slowly, slowly coming up, walk the hands back towards the body. Bring the knees together, shimmy around, and then come back to a seated position, whatever is comfortable for you. Bring your hands together at your heart center, close your eyes, lift up through the spine, and just take a couple of breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Good. When you're ready, blink your eyes open. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for practicing with me and this gentle hip opener. I hope you enjoyed it. 20-minute practice. And if you did enjoy it, then please hit the like button. That's very much appreciated. I would welcome any comments on what you liked about the video and what you want to see more of in these short daily video practices. And please, if you can, do share this video if you enjoyed it with anybody that you think may benefit. Thank you very much. Namaste. Cheers, guys.